We have different types of gum. Okay, there are some gum you use for shoemaking. There are some you use for what's the name of this thing? These guys that make chairs. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you bring the kind of gum you use in making chairs, like all those cushion chairs and everything, if you bring them here, they will not play here properly. Do you understand? So you need to get a gum that is friendly with paper. And these pictures, if the gum is too high, the pictures will start reacting to gum, to the effect of the gum. Do you understand? So I'm going to give you guys a little brief of different gums you can use. Number one, we have OCI. Okay, we have elephant. At least we know what an elephant is. So there's a gum product they call elephant. Okay, then you have what they call energy. There's an energy gum. This is energy gum. So this one is very, very friendly. This is called leather. Okay, I don't have enough space to spray it. This is leather. At the same time, you can call it wallpaper if you choose to. So I'm going to be using it to make the intro of the book. All right. So now, with all of these things I've explained, and of course, I've introduced my ruler earlier on. Then I have my scissor here. These are the key things I think we're going to be needing. Okay. Then as we move along, we're going to be seeing how it works. Now, when you want to start your gum application, you start from the last to the first. I like to be in a circle like this, like in a box. I like to create a box so that I won't go out of the box. Okay, the reason I'm creating this box is that I don't want the surface of the picture to be messed up. Okay, thank you. Now, this is the box. This is the box. So this thing I'm creating, I want to know where I will apply the gum and stop. I cannot apply gum to this place and get here, then bring another picture, place on it. If I do that, then I'm going to be messing up the surface of these pictures. Do you get? So I'll stay here, then get my gum. I will advise you shift all the sharp objects aside. Okay? Now you can see what I'm doing. Then I start to apply. This one I'm doing now is called gum application. Do you get? So when you apply gum, ensure it touches everywhere. Just take a little portion. You don't need to use so much because gum is expensive. Sorry. Okay? So let me do it like this instead. So you take it like this. And when you are applying, ensure gum touches everywhere. All these places that are not well stained with gum, I can come and drive the gum around. Okay? I'm done with this. I take the next one. Do you get? So I go again. So I was still dealing with gum application. Okay? So this could take not less than like more than 20 minutes if I'm not taking a class. If I'm going to be doing this to deliver to a client, I could do it sharp, 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 sharp. Let me use the Nigerian language. Okay? Now, before you place it, you can lay them like this if you want to. But if you're going to be working out, suggest you use an open space where you're going to be having air to touch what you just applied so that it will dry on time. Do you get? So, but if there is no air, enough air around you, you can spread the pictures around. You watch them dry for like maybe 3-5 minutes. Then you can pack them. Do you get? So don't forget, I talked about this knife earlier on that is very sharp. And it's not something you play with. So if maybe mistakenly I'm cutting and then the knife jumps from the paper, climb the ruler, and misses the ruler, it will land on my fingers. And that, it could cause a lot of damages. Do you understand? So when you're cutting, watch what you're cutting. Okay. Place the ruler like this. Then get my knife. Then you cut and concentrate. You get. So if I continue cutting like that, I could actually cut this board. Okay, so you place it with care. All right, so now we are going into what they call laying. Now, it does not have a particular place you can apply gum because both sides, they do the same thing. All right? So you could just choose where you want to apply. So for me, sometimes I even indicate apply. I'll just say apply here so that I'll know that this is where I'm going to be using as my own surface. Then this side is what they call the back. Okay, so I don't need to apply gum on the two sides. But in the long run, I'll still have to apply gum on the back as we move forward. So now, I have gum applied here, one side. I have gum again applied here, one side. Okay, so watch the drama now. I said drama. Okay, so you put it like this. And then I place this one this way. I think this is actually going to be answering your question better now. This is my creaser stick. Remember we creased earlier on. So the essence for having this stick is that I can't use my thumb now to do the crease in here this way. Because now I need a bit of pressure. So I got this stick. And I named it creaser stick. So now it goes like this. See what I'm doing? Okay. So it helps me to add a little bit of pressure from the paper to the book. Okay, now you can see now it's looking thicker. Don't forget, look up here. You're going to be seeing the images in the book this way with all their heads up high like this way. So I can't turn it like this. If I turn it like this, I'm turning the images upside down. Do you understand? So always ensure your images are to your left, not to your right. If I turn them to the right like this, then I'm turning down the book upside down. Do you get? So you ensure it goes like this because we're going to be opening the book this way. I don't open it like this. Do you understand? So if you're going to be placing it this way, then everything will be like this at the end. I go like this again. Now it's not very dry, so I need to fan it to make it dry. But I'll prefer if there was a fan here, maybe I'm working in an open space. It will be a lot more easy for me. Okay, so like that. I keep going on and on like that. For every page you're laying, once you lay a picture, you lay a mark card on it. You lay a picture, you lay a mark card on it. And that's going to help you to make the book look ticky. But then again, you can choose not to apply use mark card at all. It depends on how you want it. Okay, but since the pictures are scanty, like they're just 13 sheets, I want the book to be a bit bulky, like I want it to be a bit big. When you're building a brick, okay, if you allow the bricks, like one should fall in, fall out, you have a collapsed wall, like the wall will not be straight. So the same thing is what we're doing here. So you apply the first page, you ensure that it's equal to the next one you're laying, the next one you're adding on it is like a build-up. Do you get? So we ensure that everything is straight forward and equal. So you always will create a little space around the spine and the paper you're laying. Now look at it this way. Can you see where I'm writing on? You can see this, right? Okay, so there's a little space, just like an inch or two here. The reason is this. If I should place the mat card at the same spot with the picture, this book might not open freely. All right, so now this is the last part, or the last page. I'm still going to patch again so that we can utilize what we have. The same thing. So when you're patching, you do it like this. Okay. Now ensure the edges are together. Carefully, let them touch each other. Okay. Okay, so we're done with the application. So, but this is not the end of the job. So we're just starting. So I have the first page here. Now this is a barrier. They're just bringing this person out from a mortuary. Let me put it that way. We call it the intro page. Okay? So this is more like I'm making a curtain. After opening the door, before you get into the main room, you're going to see some curtains. So we're making the intro page now. So watch and see how that is going to be achieved. Okay? So we're still dealing with 10 by 20. The book is still 10-20. So from this spot to this spot, like I said earlier on, is 20. All right? This spot to this spot again is 20. So I'm going to measure 20. Because I'm going to be laying one on the front and the other one at the back. Okay? So you make 2 of those 10 by 20. Now, either I'm measuring the 2 together, I'm measuring 1, it's still the same thing. So 10, from this spot to this spot is going to be 10. And then this part will be 20. Okay? Okay? This way. Then another way like this. Okay. So we are good. So now this is what we've been trying to get. We're still going to fold it like this. Do you get? But before folding it, we need to arrange with this one. Okay? So I need to cut this part and then this part. So when you're making your intro, this is my intro material, which is the wallpaper. You cut around. Am I too fast? Optics. Okay. You cut like this. See what I'm doing? Ensure there are spaces around the paper. Look at it, because we're still going to trim these ones as waste. Okay? So you cannot cut exactly the size of the paper. So you do it like this. It depends. 2 inches is enough. So watch me and see what I'm going to be doing. Now don't forget, like I said, you can't apply gum on the 2 sides at the same time. It has to be one after the other. Okay? So I started applying gum here. Okay, so I'll just keep it aside for it to catch some breeze, like dry off a little. Do I say dry off? Dry up a little. Then I'll come back to this one. Okay. This is the first paper I apply gum on. It's very dry now. And then the intro, which is the what is it called? The wallpaper is dry as well. So before you lay it, you can tap it and see. If it is still very wet, you allow it to dry for a few minutes. But if it is not very wet and you feel okay, it's dried enough for you to use, then you can lay it. All right. So don't just come and dump it. There's a way you do it. See what I'm doing? I still have space behind it at this spot. So if I am not comfortable with the way I'm trying to place it, I can still take it up. But when you come and you dump it like this, they will stick to each other. And you might have a little bit of problem trying to pull them from each other. Okay? So I'm done. Now you can see this part. You can see this part. So I'll come now and begin to crease. Okay? So my creasing here, I have to make sure that everything is smooth. See what I'm doing? So I'm going to cut like this again, very close to the board. But I won't cut the board shallow. Okay? Then the same thing applies here too. Okay. Same thing here too. Okay. All right, now I have my paper, rather I have my math card and the, what is it called now? The intro. I've been able to create an intro, but this is not the end of it, okay? So still watch. Now, I'm going to be laying one on the face, the front, and the other one will be at the back. So I have to work on the second one. The same process on how I did the first one. It's still the same thing I'm going to be doing on the second one. Now, gradually, we are coming to the end of this segment. Now, I have these 2 papers here. One is going to be at the front, the other one will be at the back, okay? So watch what's going to happen. You come back here, you apply gum again. So for everything to be equal, you need gum application in almost everywhere. But you can't apply gum everywhere you need to apply gum. So some places you need to just use a little, other places you need to apply a lot of gum. So here now you need to put enough gum, but it shouldn't be too much. Okay, you watch it dry for a few minutes. Now there's no any particular way you can start on this one. You can either start from the back to the front, or you start from the front to the back. Anyway, but the most important thing is that you apply gum on the two sides. That's either the first page at the back or the last page from the back as well. So I'm good to go. Okay, I could fan it a little. Okay, once I'm done with that, here and come like this. Okay, crease it again. Okay, turn it this way. A little bit of gum here, apply gum here again. Okay, now we have come to the end of the laying process. So there's no magic here. It's something simple you can do in 20 minutes. So if not that we're taking a class, I could lay 5 books in 2 hours, if not more. Okay, then apply a little bit of gum here. I think this is where we're going to be calling it a day for today. So we're done with the laying. Okay, I'll just give room for questions, then I'll come back and tie the spine. Then tomorrow we'll do what they call trimming, and then we'll do the back cover, which is the back cover, like the back of the book. Okay, so I'll take you guys on how to make that one tomorrow.